Hey peeps, I'm here. So give me just a moment. I'm getting my drink. So I shall return. I will be right back. Let's see. Oh no, you can go back. Okay. All right. I had to go get my tea because I was like, oh, I gotta get my drink. I was trying to do the headset today, but the conductors that like sense the brainwave activity, they have to be soaked for a while before you can use them. And I was like, I didn't do that. So I was like, well, I can't use them then. And I was trying to test that out, but that wasn't working. So I was like, I'm not fussing with it today. So I had to go get my drink, and while I went out there, my partner had he had Girl Scout cookies out. So there's the Girl Scout cookies, and there's the what is it? The mint one, the chocolate mint, or the Thin Mints. The Thin Mints, yeah. I don't know why I didn't like Thin Mints, which is funny because I like chocolate cookies. I like all kinds of cookies, and I actually like mint. But for some reason in my head, I thought I didn't like Thin Mints for some reason. But and then I tried, and then I had it, and I was like, why did I ever say I didn't like Thin Mints? They're delicious. They're like super good. So. I have to fortify myself because I gotta get myself like riled up so I can do this. So, excuse me, guys, but I couldn't say no. I was like, I gotta get a mint. I gotta get a cookie. All right, so let me bring up my stuff because I gotta read stuff. All right, so my statements are personal opinions, not proven facts. Whatever decisions or actions you take, you are 100% responsible and liable for those. You can change your future. It's never set in stone. And I'm not a licensed medical doctor, counselor, attorney, or law enforcement official. You can still ask me those kinds of questions, but for legal medical advice or treatment, please consult a licensed professional. If you're going to ask me about your life, meaning you can ask me about your health, your finances, career, and work, you have to be specific with your question. So let it pertain to an actual situation or to a thing that you're wanting to know within that topic. Don't just say, can you tell me about my love life? That's a general question. I'm not going to even touch your question because it's going to take too much time to figure out what you want. So be specific, guys. If your question isn't being answered, take a look at what you're asking or how you're asking it, because that may be the issue. I'm not going to be able to read everybody because I'm only one person and there's a lot of people on. So I'm going to do my best to go through some of the people, and I'm just going with where I'm led. I'm just going with whose question I connect with, or who I connect with energetically in that way. What else? Oh, if you want to be on video, get your butt over to Instagram because that's where I do the video one. So if you're on Facebook or YouTube, there isn't a way for me to do it video through the system that I use. I have to go through Instagram. So if you want to get on video, get your butt over to Instagram, and there should be a little button at the bottom that allows you to, it's like two little people, and you click that, and then you can, I think that's the way you do it, and you request to be a guest. And then I'll bring people on in just a little while. All the videos, everything is public, it's live, so just FYI, questions, what you're asking, what you're putting out there, it's all public, so just FYI. And I do use the videos for some of the clips on YouTube as well, so just FYI, if you're going to be on video, I might use it on my YouTube channel. What else? If you receive guidance or if you get selected to get a reading, share your experience with people. If you've already had a reading in the past, share your experience then too. But you can share your experience in the post right after this video. In my profile, there's going to be a picture that has a sign that we usually get from Spirit. And there is an opportunity for you to share your story or how you connected with your reading or whatnot. What else? If you appreciate these lives, just give me a thumbs up. If you're on Facebook and YouTube, if you're on Instagram, give me a heart, and share your video feed with your followers or with people or with someone that you might think might want a reading. I try to pick new people every single time, even though I don't always do that. I try to pick new people just because I want to have it so that I'm not just like, playing favorites and I'm like picking the same person over and over and over again. I want to have as many opportunities to read as many of you as I can. Don't forget to go to my website. If you get tired of waiting for me to read you, or if you just want to set up an appointment with me, you can go over to my website at fernandomoron.com. Everything is there. Everything that you need to know about services, pricing, dates available, etc. There's different prices for different options, for different people, for different price points. So anybody and everybody can afford my services. I don't have mine all jacked up super, super high. What else? I think that's it. Oh, and also sign up for my newsletter while you're there, because I put out a newsletter almost once a week, and it has like the recap of what I did that week. So if I did a Dear Ferny, it's on there. If I did a podcast, it's on there. If I did a YouTube video or any new videos or any new stuff, it's on there. So just FYI with that as well. I think that's it. If you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube and Facebook, you might get hit by a troll if someone messages you asking you to message them, and they come back with the same thing. They'll say, "Oh, my divine loved one, I feel guided to you. Please private message me," or private message me for an accurate reading or whatever. You're going to get hit by trolls just because they've been nonstop. And every single time I do one of these, usually you have to go back and like get them and block them and block them and block them. So if you get hit by a troll, just report them as spam, because I'm not going to be direct messaging you. So don't think that I'm messaging you, because I'm literally right here talking. So you're going to be hit with spam. So just report and block it, and that's it. Don't even respond back. People like to go off on these trolls. They're like, stop doing it or whatever. Like people like lose it on these people. Don't even waste your time, because it's not worth it. It really is not worth it. These are people who are automated computers. So you're literally going off on a computer. So just don't do it. Just report it as spam and block it. And then, hopefully that'll trigger the system to block them as well. That's it. So I'm going to go through and do some text versions of this. Again, like I mentioned, I'm not going in any particular order, so I'm just going however I feel compelled to. And then after this, we are doing our study group. We're doing our Conversations with God study group as well. So check that out also. All right, so let me go through here. I'm going to start off on YouTube and Facebook first. Michelle G on YouTube. Hi, Ferny. I would like to know how my belated boyfriend feels about his family not paying attention to his daughter anymore. Also, was he protecting her when she got very sick? Thank you. So you bring up a couple of points. Before I answer your question, I kind of want to explain some things to people, because we live in a very different reality. Our reality is paying the bills, making sure we're comfortable, making sure we're not suffering, and making sure that we are safe, right? That's our reality. So we worry about shelter, we worry about food, we worry about, being comfortable, etc. When someone passes away, even though they to some extent still retain the personality complex, the personality that they were in life. They also understand a whole lot more than we do here. And they can see and they understand and they're aware of a whole lot more than we are here. So the things that we are concerned with, that we see as problems, they may not see it in the same way because they also see the past. They also see the future. They know the entirety of everything. They also see the other people who are involved in the situation as well. That doesn't mean that spirits aren't going to come through and validate or make us aware that they know what's going on. And they do sometimes make their position known in many ways, but they're not necessarily going to be all up in our business trying to tell us what to do, trying to tell us what's right, what's wrong. That's not really, quite honestly, they're not often allowed to do that because they're interfering with our own free will and free choices. And we're still here. We're still alive. We have to make those choices for ourselves. We have to live our life the way we're supposed to. So the things that we would think, oh my God, they should know about this or that, they're not in the same mindset. They're not in the same frame of mind. It's like when you've got two people and they're in a room and there's not enough food and they're both starving, and then one person leaves the room and is sent over to a place where there's a buttload of food, but they're not allowed to share that with the person in the room because the person in the room still has to go through some things because of that experience. So we're over here like, why don't they know that I'm starving? Why don't they know that, and the reason why is because they are basically being shown and taught, and they understand things from a very different point of view than we do. So just FYI with that. With that being said, let me go back to your question, Michelle. Hi, Ferny. I would like to know how my belated boyfriend feels about his family not paying attention to his daughter anymore. He was was he protecting her when she got very sick? So they don't have the power to keep us from dying. They can only support us in our own life's path. They can only support us. That's it. They can't stop us from doing this or stop us from doing that. They may come through and say things like that, but that's just because we relate to that. But they don't have the power to stop. Whatever's meant to be is whatever's meant to be. With this specific situation, first of all, your boyfriend is showing me the number. Show me the number 2. So February or the 2nd of a month is going to be significant. I'm also seeing the 13th. So the 13th of a month may be significant, or January 3rd may be significant as well. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. He also keeps acknowledging, he's showing me, I almost feel like I'm looking at a tattoo or reminded of a tattoo, but I feel like the tattoo might have some sort of musical reference to it. There might be a musical tie to it because I'm seeing that also. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. He says thank you. So he is actually showing appreciation or showing gratitude, and he says thank you. So he's acknowledging that. He also keeps referencing thank you, that it might not be a bad thing that this is happening, because this might actually set her up for a better or healthier situation. In other words, sometimes certain families or certain types of families or people may not be the best influences on individuals, and the way he's making me feel is that she might actually have an opportunity to not feel the kind of rejection that he might have had to deal with when he was alive as well, because he may have had to deal with some issues with them. So she might be able to experience, her life without having to deal with a lot of that as well, because he's making reference to that. He also keeps acknowledging that he did show up in a dream, and it might have actually been a dream for her around the time that she was sick. So he's just making reference to that, right? Myra, is my relationship worth staying in? That is your decision to make. However, I feel like the relationship is kind of peaked, and I don't think that there's much more that's going to come from it other than what's already in the situation now. So if you can accept what is as it is now, including the issues from the last 2 years, I think that if you decide to accept that and go with that, then you can continue on. But I'm not feeling like it's going to evolve or build up further than that. So just FYI with that. Okay. Vibrant Energy V. Hi, Ferny Love. The man I'm seeing is much older than me, late 40s. Will he be embarrassed or proud to tell friends, family about me? And when do you see me meeting them? I feel like I wouldn't say he's proud. If anything, I would say he would be more concerned with the way you felt, because I feel that he would be a little more concerned with the way you'd be feeling in that situation, just because he knows how people can be. So I think that would be more of a concern in that way. about me, and when do you see me meeting them? I feel like you might meet them within, I feel like within 2 months, because I feel more confident within a 2 month period, because I feel like it's before Easter, unless Easter is in March this year. I don't know when Easter is, but unless Easter is before April, but I'm thinking it's within 2 months or before Easter is what I'm thinking. Okay. Elizabeth Vega. Will I do IVF this summer? Doctor says I shouldn't carry another baby due to risks. I feel that you are going to have your mind set on it. And then I think as you get closer, the readout or your measurements as far as like your blood pressure, etc., all that may be a little bit off, and they may tell you and reiterate that it is going to be a risk, and you may decide to wait or to hold off on the timing of it until you can change the readout, because I feel like the readings aren't going to be ideal and you might have to wait a little longer. Okay, so you may not be doing it this summer. If you do it within this year, I would say the likelihood of you doing it would be in November or right before the holidays. And you asked me a question, will I have another baby? I do feel you might, yeah, I'm going to say yeah, because I'm seeing baby energy next summer, so summer of 2022. So there might be a likelihood of you succeeding, but you have to decide what's best for you. And remember, you need to follow the doctor's instructions, or at least, do the best you can to understand it. And I would just get a second opinion, but I still think that they are right with what they're telling you about it. Rin, hello Ferny. Can you tell me if S has another woman in his life besides me? Please, he's been acting super strange. I would say most likely. I think it might actually be a prior connection or someone that he'd already been connected to or affiliated with. So it might actually be someone that's already been in his life or has already been involved with him. And they may have popped back into the picture or just kind of connected or reconnected with him, though I don't think that's going to go anywhere, just FYI. So you might just, sometimes people need to work out like their stuff with exes, and sometimes, even though, it may sound bad for the person who's in the relationship with them, sometimes they gotta need to work through stuff, period. So just FYI. But I do think that it's a temporary type thing. He might actually start to pay more attention or be more engaging within 2 or 3 weeks. So it may not take that long. Okay. Let's go over here. Let's see. Laxoshil. I have no idea how I would say that, but I hope I said that correctly. Hi there. I wanted to know if there's anything I should do to find a job that works for me soon. There's a couple of things I would recommend. One is I kind of feel like I feel like you're underestimating your own potential to possibly do your own thing or have your own business. What I mean by that, and I'm gonna make two recommendations. One is you should look into anything that has to do with art or photography, or the way that something is displayed in advertising form. Anything that's like that, you might have a knack for, you might actually be very good at. The business side of things, you may not be, so you might have to learn those things. But as far as like the creative side, I think that you might have a knack for those kinds of things. If you also wanted to go into alternative healing, like Reiki and muscle work, massage, etc., that would also be another path for you as well. With that being said, here's what I would recommend, because I think that there is a potential opportunity that's going to come up for you, but it just feels it feels like a basic job. It doesn't feel like a career path. I think it's going to be with a either food or retail company or organization. But it's not like, I'm not talking about like a restaurant or like fast food. I'm talking about like companies that do they create ready-made foods, or they get stuff distributed to certain locations or certain places. There's something there that you might have an opportunity to get a job in, and it would be through someone that that It feels like it would be through someone that you know. So what I would recommend is I would actually recommend you hit up all of the people that you know online, whether it's like through, Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Just send them a message and say, hey, you're open to new job opportunities or whatever. If they hear of anything or they know of anything, to let you know. And I actually think you might hear from someone about something that comes up that might line up with what I'm talking about. Okay. And I would put that within 3 months. So I would put that within a 3-month period. Chink the Charm. Hey Freddie, do you have any message from mom? What does she think about her new headstone? Does she have a message for me? Yeah, so she just did this, so I'm assuming she's fine with the headstone because she's making that reference there. I don't know if they're gonna have to, if y'all might have to have it like the foundation, not the foundation, but the ground flattened out, or it may have needed to be like, because I feel like it needs to be kind of flatter and I feel like it's not as flat as it needs to be. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the next few weeks or soon it needs to be readjusted as far as like the way it's sitting so that it's flat and it's not starting to sink in or to dip in, because it might end up getting covered over with debris or with soil. So that's one thing to pay attention to. She is acknowledging, thank you, sparkle sparkle. So she says a sparkle sparkle. She's doing this. I don't know if you have a pair of earrings that are connected to mom, or if there's something about your earrings that, because she says sparkle sparkle and then she's doing this. So there's a reference here. She also keeps, thank you, she is drawing on my skin. So she makes me feel like someone might be thinking about getting a tattoo or thinking about just doing something with a tattoo that may also have to do with either like wings or with angel wings or something like that, because she's making a reference to that. She also keeps acknowledging the number 5, so the 5th of a month may be significant, or may be significant. She also keeps acknowledging she's trying to give me a name. She said Condoleezza Rice, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know if there's a Condoleezza or a Connie or a Candace name, but there's a reference there because she's acknowledging something like that as well. She also says she likes to come around and like touch your hand and touch your hand and touch your arm whenever you're laying down. So you might feel like a little bit of a chill, a little bit of a. She says she just comes around just to say hi and just to see how you're doing. Okay. Ruby YG27. Hey Ferny, my son recently started getting scared as if he sees something, and I want to know if this is my husband he sees or something else. Also, anything from my guides or hubby. I think this is something else. So I think that there's someone in the house who is very psychically sensitive. It could be you actually. And whenever someone is very sensitive like that and they put out a lot of energy, they could actually create the phenomena that they sometimes encounter in the home. And so I feel like what your son is encountering is basically the representation of anxiety and stress and lower level energy that is coming from a person in the home, possibly you. So I feel like there's something that's materializing or manifesting, and he's catching that or he's seeing that, and it's freaking him out a little bit. So I don't think that it's the husband. However, that doesn't mean the husband has to come around. It just means that what I think he's been seeing that he's scared of is this energy that is just energy. You can like dissolve it. You can work on getting rid of that. You can do so through like a smudging practice. I have a smudging practice on my YouTube channel. You can go there. I've got a couple of options to show you how to do it and do it effectively. A lot of people think that it's really complicated. It really isn't that complicated. But if you don't go in with the right mindset and intent, then you're going to basically set yourself up for failure. So there's a good way to do it on my Instacart on my YouTube channel. So check out my YouTube channel. With that being said, I do think, thank you. Your husband is showing me the number 7. So the 7th of a month might be significant. He's also showing me the 9. So the 9th of a month might be significant, or July and the month of September. So just FYI with that as well. He also does this. So I don't know if you have a shirt that you still wear, that you wear that belong to your husband, or your son has a shirt and he's acknowledging the shirt for him to wear the shirt so he can feel more comfortable. Okay. Let's get on here. Let's see. Sometimes I feel like reading, sometimes I feel like talking, but today I think I got a energy of talking. Let's see. Oh, what happened? Let's see. Brought somebody on and nothing happened. Let's try it again. Huh. Well, that's weird. Why is it doing that? Normally, whenever it's trying to connect, it shows at the bottom that someone is trying to connect to somebody. Not showing that at all, so I don't know what that's about. Let's try this again. Let's try someone else, because let's see if it'll do something, because it's not. What's going on? Oh, it says live now, live now. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I'm going to invite somebody right now. Let's see. It's not showing anything on my end. What the hell is that about? That's weird. Why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? Oh no. Let's see. If I can't get video to work, then I may not be doing video at all today, because, okay. Let's try this again. Let me try a different approach. Let's do this. Let's do. Oh, hello. Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
Doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. It was like not showing any, like normally at the bottom it says connecting, and I'm like, I don't see it. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I was freaking out because I didn't think I was able to do these. What do you want to ask me about?
Well, I wanted to ask first and foremost, I wanted to say thank you to begin with. And I also want to ask about my sister. Um, does she know? Does she come around? Is she around us?
Let me see if I can tune into your sister's energy. So first of all, she is showing me the number 4. Do you know if April or the 4th of a month is connected?
Um, well, that was the time that she got critically ill, around that time.
Okay.
And she was in a rush to make my son an Easter basket before she went into the hospital. So I kind of felt like at that time she felt like her death was coming around. And that's why she rushed into making an Easter basket for him at the time when he was little.
Yeah.
And then maybe
Oh,
about within.
Don't tell me too much. Don't tell me too much, because you're giving away the goods. And I'm like, wait, let me see if they'll tell me. Okay, wait. So here's what I will say. I will still say that there might be a connection to the number 4. Either the 4th of a month is significant, or the month of April is significant, unless your son is just turned 4 and she's acknowledging the 4-year-old. But there's a reference to 4. So she's acknowledging that. She also is pointing on my neck. Do you know if there's any kind of necklace or any kind of piece of jewelry that would be a necklace base that would be around the neck that would be connected?
Yes, I actually just put a little locket pendant on my daughter, of her picture of her.
Perfect. So she's acknowledging that. It's interesting because she's showing me like a bluish green. Is there a blue or bluish green color or reference to that as well?
Not that I can think of at this moment.
That's okay. There might also be another necklace that's bluish green, because she's also showing me something that's got a bluish green tint to it as well. So there might be another thing also that's connected. She's funny. She's like a go personality. Like, gotta do something. It's almost like sit down, like relax, relax. Like it's like she don't know what that means. So she's coming across in that way. She keeps apologizing because first of all, she's doing this. And usually when they do this, it means I didn't get a chance to say goodbye, or I wasn't able to communicate prior to my passing. But I also think that she's acknowledging that she held back, or she didn't share everything that she was actually dealing with or going through. Do you know if she had also had a couple of situations prior to her passing where she was going through a lot of pain, but she didn't really mention it until after the fact?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
got it. Because she's acknowledging that. She also keeps making references. Thank you. Do you know if she had complained or had mentioned that she felt the medicine was making her worse, or the medication was actually making things worse for her?
She honestly, Fernie, she was after several years of her taking the medicine, she was just tired of it.
Okay.
She didn't want anything to do with it anymore, and it was always like I know it was an excuse that she would tell my mom like that it wasn't making her feel well or whatever, but she was just tired of it.
Yeah.
She it was a long life battle, and the little bit of time that she did get away from the medicine, she lived her life to the fullest, and then when she went back, then that's when she just kind of like stopped taking medicine on her
Mm,
own, and she didn't let us know, and that's when things just got complicated and whatnot.
yeah. She is also acknowledging. Thank you. It's gonna sound weird. Do you know there's a picture of her next to a tree or on a tree?
Um, the only thing that I can think of is that her stone is close to a tree.
I don't think that's it. So what she's showing me to make me think that was she was showing me a time when I was a kid with my cousins and we used to like climb trees and be in tree houses and all this other stuff. So she's showing me something like that. So either there's a reference to taking a picture and she's either next to a tree or on a tree branch, or
Mhm.
there's something about a tree house or playing in the trees that she's trying to bring attention to because she's
Okay.
acknowledging something like that. And there might be an actual photograph or picture of this as well because that's the way she's kind of describing it. Do you understand that?
I do understand that, and my mom does have a picture of her climbing on a tree when she
Perfect.
was younger.
That's it. That's
Um,
it. So
she was
yeah,
a little monkey when she was
yeah,
younger.
that's it. Because I'm like, she's talking about climbing a tree. So she's acknowledging this image or this picture. That's also to tell your mom that she knows what your mom was doing and that she saw what she was doing. So she's bringing that up. She also keeps talking about, thank you. Did your mom talk to you about how she wanted to have all the pictures in an album and you were like, album? Like, we don't do that anymore. Like, we should do it in like an online thing or whatever. Were y'all having that conversation or discussion?
Yeah, we did. We had it not too long ago.
Perfect. She was there present when y'all were having that conversation as well. She also keeps thank you. She also keeps acknowledging the thank you. Do you know there's also a picture of her when she almost felt like one of her most pretty like moments in her life where she was wearing like a reddish pinkish dress or reddish pinkish outfit because she's showing me a picture of her like this as well.
I'm thinking that it may have been her quinceañera dress.
Oh, got it. Okay. Because if this was the color of the dress, then she's just acknowledging like the feeling of feeling beautiful and feeling like there's all this attention on me. This is how she presents herself because this is how she feels. This is how she is now. So she's acknowledging herself in this form. She also, thank you. She also says, thank you. She says you're a good mom. So she wants you to know that. She also is apologizing because she could have been a little overly opinionated when she was alive and she thought she knew everything, even though she didn't have the same experiences. So she's apologizing for that. She also keeps, thank you. Do you have a ring that's like a heart shape or a heart shaped ring?
I do.
Got it.
I
She's just
do.
perfect. She's just acknowledging that as well. She also keeps, did your son write her a letter? Letters to heaven?
He just graduated, and he carried he did have like a little note and her picture in his graduation cap.
Perfect. Got it. Okay. The reason why, because I was like, what is she showing me? And I was reminded of like kids whenever they're writing Santa a letter and then they mail it. So she was
Mhm.
showing me him writing a letter or writing something on paper. And so she's just making me aware that she knows about the note and she knows about the letter. So she's acknowledging that as well. She also said, thank you. Jos. Is there a Jose or Joseph in the family?
My husband, his name is Jaime.
Okay.
Uh,
Mm, that may not be it. I feel like it's J, almost like Jos or Joshua, Josh, J O.
oh, I'm so sorry, but yes, my brother. How about Junior Javier?
That's not it. It's got to be like a J O. It's like Joshua or Joey or Joseph or Joe. I feel like this is someone that's with her in spirit. So this might actually be another spirit that she's letting us know who's with her. There's like a Jos. Now it could be Jose, but it's like a Jos sounding.
The only thing that I'm thinking is, and we've never found out if her dad did pass away, but we have a strong suspicion that he did pass away,
Mm-hmm.
even though he was never present in her life.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Johnny.
Okay. That I could go with that just because that's workable. I would still check to see if there's also a family member that could potentially be JOS, just because I'm still holding on to that S part. But that could be it, and then she's just letting us know who's there. She also, thank you. She says she loves you.
I
Candles,
miss
candles,
her
candles. Does your mom light candles for her, or did she light a candle for her at a special?
all the time,
Okay,
all the time.
because she's acknowledging that. Your mom may have also actually. It's weird because I feel like I'm walking into a church that is not even my church. It's not even like where I go, but I'm lighting a candle. Do you know if your mom did that for her as well?
Yes,
Perfect.
yes, my mom did.
Perfect. She's
And
just
she
not.
still does, like all the time.
Yeah, she knows about the candles, and she says to let her know that she appreciates it every single time, and that whenever she lights the candle, to let her know that she's telling her she loves her, so she knows how much she loves her. She also says she is been telling everybody about her. So to tell your mom that your sister's been telling everybody there about how her mom was and how her mom did this, and so she's almost like building her up, etc. So just FYI, so your mom doesn't think that she did something different or should have done something different as a mother. She's like, no, no, no. Tell her she's good. Tell her she's good. So she's wanting to let her know that. Okay.
Okay, okay, good.
All right.
Um, did she come? Did she come around?
Mm-hmm.
Did she drop little hints or
Yeah.
messages around?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The right now the most common one is going to be feathers and birds. So she's showing me that. So that's going to be one symbol. Coins in random places will be another one because she says she likes to put coins in random places. For your son, butterflies are his symbol. So he will experience
Oh,
butterflies. That's for him. But for you and your mom, the birds or the cardinals.
does she know that my little girl carries her name? Because my daughter's name is Eileen Raquel,
Mm-hmm.
and that was
Is
my
it
sister's
spelled
name.
slightly differently, or did they misspell it at the hospital?
No, actually, it's spelled. They were trying to misspell
Spell
it,
it?
but
Yeah.
I corrected them.
Perfect. She's just letting you know. This is her way of saying, yes, I know that you named her because I saw what they were trying to do at the hospital, and you. So she's just bringing that up. That's her way of like validating that she knows. So yes, she does know.
Oh, well,
All
thank
right.
you so much, Fernie. I appreciate it so much. God bless you. And I honestly, I couldn't thank you enough. I'm very pleased, and everything that you said is right on. And my mom's gonna be happy to hear about all this tonight.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Well, you take care of yourself, and I wish you all lots of love. And you enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you. Likewise.
You're
Take care.
welcome. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
All right. Let's see. Going to the next one. Hmm. Let's try. Let me try another. See if this will come back up. Because it doesn't show me anything here, but it's showing me that it's requesting it. There you are. Hello. Oh, can you hear me? I can't hear nothing that you're saying. Oh, can't hear nothing. Let's see. Make sure I can. Huh. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Okay, I can't hear nothing. I cannot hear nothing, girl. Here, do this. Hang up, and then I'm gonna try you again, and let's
Can
see
you
if
hear
that.
me now?
Oh yes, I
Hello?
can hear you now. Yay, I can hear you now.
Yeah?
Yes.
It's weird. It's like I can't hear you now.
Oh my God, what's up with that? See, it's like a weird thing that's going on. I
Can
don't
we
know.
hang up and try again?
Yes,
Yeah?
yes.
Okay.
Okay. And FYI, guys, that's essentially what it's like communicating with spirit, by the way. Like, it's not like an easy communication. Like, you have to, like, work with the communication to try to understand what they're trying to say. So let's see if she come back on. Let's see if she'll come back on.
Okay. Hang on.
All right, can you hear me now? Oh. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. It's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning. Uh, okay, looks like it's not gonna work. All right, so I'm gonna break that one. Maybe it was just the phone itself. Maybe the phone was having some issues. So let's try somebody else. Let's do this person here. right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that didn't work. So let's try somebody else. Okay, so let's see. Let's try. All right, let's try Aurora. Let's see if I can get Aurora on here. Hello.
Hi, Ferny.
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
Fine, fine. You caught me when I was driving too.
Oh
But
no.
my daughter's holding the phone. I'm fine. I can do both.
Okay, good. Just keep your eyes forward and don't worry. You can
I
always go
am.
back and
I'm
look
at a
through you.
stoplight. I'm at a
Okay.
stop sign right now.
All right. Well, what did you want to ask me about?
Well, I wanted to ask you a few questions, but first, what do you see in my love life? We had talked about it before, about a year and a half ago. And
Yeah.
with COVID, I don't do nothing, so you're right. I don't go out. So
Here's what I'm going to suggest because I feel like you're missing opportunities and you're not like when it comes to dating, you're a little bit slow. Like you don't catch on as quickly as when something's actually happening, and other people might see it. You might be completely like not catching things. I kind of want you to, even though you don't do anything, I want you to look online to see if there's any groups that people do stuff together or they come together online to see if you can join any kind of groups because I feel like you might be able to meet someone online. The last time that I talked to you, what did I tell you?
it would have been. I was gonna meet somebody at the end of the year of
Mhm.
last year, I believe.
Okay. Did I
But
give
it
you a
was
name?
COVID. You told me before COVID.
Oh, before go. What did I give you a name or any details?
You gave me an initial, but I don't remember I think you said it was like a A.
Okay. I'm not seeing that now. So if there was that opportunity, I don't think that's what I see for you now. I'm actually seeing someone by the name of Carlos or Charlie or Charles. So there might be someone that comes in that has like a CA sounding name that's similar to that or CHA. I feel like this might be someone, interestingly enough, that they either may be involved with a business that deals with landscaping or there's something to do with like lawn work because I keep seeing like the way a lawn is being designed or set up or something. So there might be something like that that they have connected to them. I also feel like this person might pop into the picture. This may not be that long from now. I want to say this is within a month or two.
Okay.
If you have a neighbor who's outside cutting the grass, or if someone's outside cutting someone's grass and someone wants to start a conversation with you, or they're setting up something in the yard, or they're out in the yard checking something, open up a conversation. Just because it could be someone and you might completely miss that opportunity. So just FYI with that. But I just feel like you need to just put yourself out there and get online and join a group because that may make it easier for people to connect with you.
Yeah, I don't know how to flirt.
You know what? This is how you do it because I'm a huge flirt. Like I flirt with everybody because like all the girls love me and I know them. They know they're not going to get me because I'm gay. And with guys, like as a kid I was never ever like confident at all. And now like wherever I can, I'll flirt with the guy just because I love it's just fun. But what I would
Yeah.
say is just be super nice because people misinterpret super nice as flirting all the time. So if you can just be super nice, like extra nice, like why is she going through all that trouble? They'll assume that you're flirting.
Oh, okay.
And what was your other question?
My question is, well, it's about a friend. We
Mm-hmm.
just found out that he had cancer,
Mm-hmm.
and he's sort of a celebrity,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't know, and he confided in Erica, my daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and she's taking it really hard, and she
Yeah.
doesn't know. He's known for a while, but he's going through chemo, and she's
Yeah.
wondering if he's gonna be okay.
Yeah. I don't feel like. Do you know this is not his first time having to worry about this or being concerned with this? Because the way that I feel is that he might have actually been warned about this before, but there was almost like a waiting period to figure out if this was actually going to go in that direction or not.
I know that his mom's has it, his
Okay.
mother, so
I
that would have been.
I honestly think that he might have been either diagnosed with this before or he might have been warned that this might be an issue. So this may not be a big surprise to him. And I also think he might have actually known longer than y'all are aware of.
Yeah.
With that being said, as of right now, I'm not feeling super confident about the treatment plan. And I wouldn't be surprised if he actually only does some of the treatment and then decides to change it or try something different, because it may not be enough of a change for him to decide to continue hoping that it's going to work. So I think he might end up changing the treatment halfway through. I do think that once he changes the treatment, it could extend his time or make it a bit longer for him. I'm still not feeling confident with him, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he's got a lot of he has a lot of opportunities because he's sort of a celebrity.
Yeah.
He works with the paranormal.
Don't say who he is, because we don't need to.
No.
Yeah, we don't need to know his.
Yeah.
I speak to people who are well known, and I'm like, I don't put their business out there. So yeah. So we'll just say that I think that when he changes the treatment and goes to a different option, it could make the difference. But what I would say is he needs to be very aware of how things are progressing, because I feel like they're not going to give him a lot of time. I also, did they say he was stage 3?
He didn't tell me. He's not giving me a lot of details, but I was on live with you on Wednesday, and this is the person you and I were talking about, him possibly being one of my opportunities in relationship.
Yeah. I would say that the first 3 months of this treatment plan are going to be the most crucial, but if it's not working for him, then he's going to end up changing to a different treatment, and that might be a better option. But again, I'm not feeling confident right now, just because I feel like it's kind of a little bit behind. He's behind on his treatment plan, and I feel like this should have been caught a little earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just pray for him. Hopefully, he'll do what he has to do.
I also think that sugar is not making it easier for him to heal or to recover. So he might need to take a look at sugar and how he's processing sugar in his body, because it may actually be speeding up the cancer.
Oh, I see. Like alcohol has a lot of sugar, right?
Yeah, that would be one. But sugar, sweets, anything that's a sugar that's going to metabolize like sugar is probably going to be not easy for his body to work through, and then also try to recover from the cancer.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Mama. Those
are the 2 things I really wanted to ask you. Thank you so much. We see you all the time, and we love you. I can flirt with you.
Oh. always. I always think it all. All right, sweetheart.
All right. Love you.
Love you
Bye-bye.
too. Bye, Mama. Let's see. Let's try Beautiful again. I'm gonna try it one more time, girl. See if it works. If it doesn't, then we're that's it. Then we're just gonna give up on it this time around. But let's see if I can get you back on here.
Is it gonna work this time? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Okay, yes. It worked. I was like, please.
What do you want to ask me about, Mama?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I wanted to ask about my cousin Regis. If there was any messages from my cousin Regis.
First of all, he makes me feel like he didn't see this coming. Do you know if this was a sudden or unexpected passing?
It was. Okay. Now it's a she.
Oh, it's okay. Doesn't matter. So the way I'm feeling is a sudden or unexpected passing, and I don't feel like she saw this coming. Yes. She also makes me feel. Thank you. She's laughing and she's making fun of her name. Was she named after a male?
Yes, she was. She was named after her dad.
Perfect. So she's named her dad then. So she's making reference to that as well. She also keeps showing me the month of June. Do you know if June or the 6th of a month is connected?
The 6th of the month?
Either the 6th of a month or June.
June. Yes. She passed away like at the beginning of June. Perfect. Like at the end of May.
Oh, that's okay. She might just be acknowledging that time frame. So she's acknowledging that. She also did her service have to happen very differently than what the normal process would be like whenever someone passes? Because she makes me feel like there was a bit of a complicated scenario trying to coordinate or work around her services.
Yeah, there was like after she passed away, there was like a big march for her, and it was like, yeah.
Got it. So she's just acknowledging that. She also keeps acknowledging. Thank you. She showed me a float. Did someone make a float or dedicate a float to her in a parade?
In a what?
In a parade. Did someone dedicate a float or honor her on a float in a parade?
Yes. Yeah. Like she was on like a with like a horse and
Oh,
carriage.
shoot. Okay. So she's just acknowledging that. So she's making reference to that as well. She also keeps talking about the detour. Did they have to detour that whole event just because of where it was supposed to go down versus what they had to do instead?
Yeah, they had like this big kind of like tribute for her where it was like everybody kind of performed and like they were singing songs and stuff like that.
What I mean was the original route of that, did they have to detour it because the original route, they couldn't do the complete original route? They had to kind of detour with one of the streets?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
Maybe,
Because
possibly.
you may have to ask, because she showed me like going down and then they had to detour towards the end because of something that was going on at the end. So she's just acknowledging something like that. So you may have to look into that. She also keeps talking about a book. Do you know if there's, thank you. Do you know there are 2 books that people signed things for her in?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like a goodbye.
Got it. And she showed me 2 though. So there might have been an actual physical one and then one online that's like a dedicated book online.
Okay, I'm not sure about that one. Maybe though.
You may need to look into that. She's also showing me a picture of herself wearing these boots, and these are like some killer boots that she was wearing in this picture. Do you know about a picture where there's these boots that she was really proud of, or she really loved these boots? They're like the hooker boots. They're like the long hooker boots that go all the way up to like your knee or like close to your knee.
Yeah, I think she had like a pair of like cheetah print ones.
Okay, because she's showing me these boots. Like these are like I mean, I was thinking of Pretty Woman with those boots that go up. So that's how she was showing me that. So there's a reference there as well. Okay. She's also showing me 6 tattoos. Do you know if there are 6 tattoos connected to her?
6 tattoos that are connected to her?
5 may have already been done, and 1 may be in play, or 1 may have been done later on. But there was like originally 5, and then there was 1, and now there's 6.
Maybe a bunch of people got like her brothers and sisters have her name tattooed all over them.
So she's just acknowledging 5 and then 6, so 6 tattoos total, and then she's also showing herself either her name next to a little birdie or something about a bird next to a name or next to her. Do you know if there's an image or there's something that has a bird next to her?
I can't think of one.
It's almost like what you would find at like a gravestone, like whenever someone's gravestone, their name and there's a little birdie next to it, or there's a picture of them and there's a birdie next to it. It's almost like there's something like that, unless you wore a hat with a bird on it. But there's something about this bird being next to her face or next to her that she's making reference to, so she's acknowledging that as well. She's fine. She's happy. She also, thank you. There's a younger female that she wants to acknowledge. Does she have a daughter?
No.
Do you have a
daughter?
But
her sister. No.
Okay. There's a younger female that she's wanting to acknowledge. So who would be the younger?
She has nieces and her younger sister as well.
She's repeating her name. Was someone named after her?
Pardon?
Was someone named after her?
Was someone? Yeah, okay. Actually, my son.
Oh, God, okay. She said little girl, so I was like, why is she going? Okay, she's acknowledging a little girl, and then she talked about the person being named after her. So your son was named after her, which is one thing, but there's still a little girl she's making reference to who might share her name or one of her names, because she's acknowledging another little girl as well. So there's a reference there. So you may have to ask around because she's acknowledging a younger girl as well. Thank you. Is there a tip? Tati, Tani, Tiani, Tiffany. It's like a T name. Do you know who that is?
Tiandre.
Who was that?
Tiandre.
That could be it.
That's my son.
Oh, okay, got it. So she's probably trying to acknowledge your. Yeah, she's trying to correct me. So she's just acknowledging your son, acknowledging the name connection, and then the 2 together. So I think that she was trying to explain that, and I completely misinterpreted with the female name. But that's probably who she's acknowledging or making reference to. But yeah, she's just acknowledging your son. Your son, do you know if your son used to see her, or he used to talk about seeing little things in the air?
No, I'm not quite sure.
Because he colored from
maybe
he made something on paper for it.
I don't. Yeah, actually, he also signed the book as well. That book that paid for him. He signed
she's just acknowledging that she's aware of what was done. She's fine. She's fine.
She's good.
Mm-hmm. She's good. She's good. She's not doing this, so there might be a bracelet that you might have that maybe.
Her bracelet. You bought her a bracelet.
Perfect. She's just acknowledging that.
Good.
All right.
Thank you so much, Ferny. Appreciate it.
You take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You as well. Take care.
Girl, a parade. Oh my goodness. Like, could you imagine a parade after someone passes away? Oh my God. I want a parade. I want a parade. All right. Let's go somewhere else. Let's see. Um, Regis Korchinski, I'm bored. So let me tell you something a little bit here, okay? First of all, I'm not here for your entertainment. If you're showing up because you think that I'm here to entertain you, you are in the wrong chat room, okay? So I'm here to help people. I'm here to give them an opportunity to connect with their loved ones in spirit. I'm here to explain things that may come up for them in the future. It's not about entertaining you or making sure that you are fully and 100% entertained. So if you are showing up in here and you're going to be very disrespectful and you're going to be nasty, you can leave because I'm not going to entertain you in any way, shape, or form. And I'm definitely not going to read you with that kind of attitude. So this is my space. This is my room. You can either show up and have respect or you can leave. But if you're going to be disrespectful like that, please go, because at this point you're just wasting time and you're taking up space for people who might benefit from the connection that I'm giving them. All right? Thank you. So just to make that clear. People, people, people. I'm glad my mother taught me manners. I will have it out. Okay, let's see what's going on next. Let's see if I can get another one on here. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
Good. Ruby.
Good. What did you want to ask me about?
I just wanted to ask you about my brother.
Yeah, there are 3 guys in spirit though. Do you know if he has 2 friends that passed away as well, or 2 people that are males that are connected to the family who passed away as well?
Yes, I know one of his friends. He had it. I don't know his name. John or James, something like that. I know his friend. He has a friend, and then one of my uncles passed away a long time ago. Or
Okay.
2 of them passed away a while
That's okay.
ago.
Yeah, he's just because he's acknowledging 2 people with him. So he's acknowledging 2 guys that are with him. So there's a reference there. And I want to say that probably his age. So I would say that there's like a friend and then there's a cousin that's with him as well because he's acknowledging that. He's pointing to himself. So usually when they do that, it usually means that they are taking responsibility for their own passing or they are blaming themselves for their own passing. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, got it. He also keeps acknowledging. Okay, got it. I'm seeing the number 14. Do you know if the number 14th or the 14th of a month is connected?
Not that I know of.
It's okay. So the 14th is going to be significant. Either January the 4th is connected or the 14th of a month is significant because he's making reference to that. He also keeps thank you. He also keeps acknowledging okay. Do y'all have a blue shirt or jersey that belonged to him?
I have some of his clothes in my closet. It's a mixture of clothes. I sometimes wear it, but a jersey. I mean, I played sports, so that's probably what he's talking about—a blue jersey of mine.
Is it blue?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's got it. He might just be acknowledging knowing what you're doing or knowing what's going on with you in your life right now. Or there might actually be a blue sports jersey-like thing that y'all have that belong to him because he's making reference to that. He also keeps acknowledging. Did your brother smoke?
Yes.
Because I can smell smoke, so I'm like, oh my God, you're like whiffing me up there. So he's acknowledging that. He also keeps acknowledging the timing of his passing happening around a holiday or event. Do you know there was a holiday or an event right around the timing of his passing?
He passed away in August, so it was my birthday, and then it was my birthday, then Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Got it. So he's just acknowledging that. Do y'all have a picture of him next to a black or dark gray vehicle?
No.
He's showing me question marks. Were there other people around him when he passed?
We believe so.
Okay, because he's showing me a dark vehicle and he's showing himself next to the vehicle and then he's showing me question marks. I'm trying to figure out if he's talking about a picture or if he's talking about the questions around his passing. Was he outside when this happened?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, this is what he's showing me. So he's acknowledging being outside. He's acknowledging this darker colored vehicle, so that it would either be like a dark black. I mean, it would be like a black or a dark gray. He also keeps talking about two people that he knew. One of them being connected to a neighbor or to someone that lives right around there. Do y'all know about that?
That lives around where he passed that?
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean the area that he passed around, people there knows my family, and my grandpa stays not too far from where he passed away at.
Okay, because what he was showing me that there were two people that might have been connected to this, and one of those individuals might have been connected to a neighbor or someone that lives right around there. So he's acknowledging that one of the people that y'all may wonder about or that y'all may have questions about, they may be connected to one of the neighbors of where he was at.
Okay.
Okay. Do you also know? Thank you. Do y'all know? Thank you. Do you know about the name Paul or P.A. like Paul name?
That's my dad and my brother's name.
Okay, he's just acknowledging. Got it. And your brother, the one that's passed, that's his name as well.
No, his name is Jacob, but my oldest brother is Paul, and my dad is Paul.
That's okay. He might just be trying to acknowledge your brother and your father. He might just be bringing them up just to acknowledge them. So he's probably doing that. Thank you. He also keeps acknowledging. Do y'all have a little bear that's connected to him? Stuffed animal?
Yeah, it's mine.
Got it. He's just acknowledging the bear that you have that's connected to him. He also says that he likes to mess with your bed. So sometimes your bed might shake or move.
Yeah, he did that a lot when I was little.
Yeah, he says he messes with you to get your attention. So that's just him coming around you. He also says Happy Mother's Day. So I don't know if he had a tendency of always wishing her Happy Mother's Day, but he's wanting to wish her a Happy Mother's Day.
I don't know.
Yeah, so in other words, tell your mother Happy Mother's Day when it's Mother's Day for him. That's what he's saying. Okay, so he's acknowledging that. He also says that he tried to visit her in a dream, and he's apologizing to her. Did your mom and your brother not always get along, or did they not have the easiest relationship?
Yeah, they would disagree on a lot. I know she
Did she put him out? Did she put him out once? Okay, yeah. He's apologizing to her for making her life harder, and he's almost like acknowledging like she did what she had to do and that she shouldn't worry about it.
Okay. I also had one more question. My brother, he has kids, and lately my nephew, they look into a certain direction. I just wanted to know, is that him visiting them, or is there something else in our house? Because one of them gets frightened and the other one, he gets happy.
Yeah. So what tends to happen is sometimes it is him, but it's also another male that's coming with him as well. Because there's another male showing up with him also. So there's two of them. So it's him, and then there's another male as well who's showing up with him as well. The other male is young too, so it's another younger male, but the kid might be freaking out because he may not recognize the other male.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, sweetheart. Well, y'all take care of yourselves, and you have a good week.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
All right, let's try somebody else. Let's see. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's try somebody else. Let's see. Oh, hello.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Awesome. What do you want to ask me about?
Just looking at my mom and my wife's father, possibly, if that's something you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, with mom, I'm hearing happy birthday. Are we within 30 days of a birthday? Because she's acknowledging a birthday within 30 days.
Yes, my dad.
Oh,
Perfect. So she's just acknowledging the birthday, so she's wishing them a happy birthday. She also keeps thank you. Do you know, gosh, do you know there was difficulty within her esophagus, or they had to do something with her within her esophagus because she's pushing something down my throat?
Yeah, my dad had a
Okay.
tracheostomy.
Got it. So she's just acknowledging or aware of this. She also keeps talking about the 2 different treatment plans or the 2 different attempts to try to treat this in 2 different ways. Are you aware of that?
No.
Okay. It's almost like there's a first approach or first attempt to try to do something. It didn't work, or it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. So then there's another attempt or another approach to try to resolve it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll leave that with you. She also keeps pointing to her heart as well. Do you know if her heart was giving her some problems or some issues?
He had quadruple bypass surgery.
Got it. So she's just acknowledging that. Do you know if they were having trouble keeping her blood pressure up, or her blood pressure kept dropping?
I would imagine so, yes.
Okay, because she's just acknowledging that. Do you also know? Okay, thank you. Was the bypass surgery, was there supposed to be another bypass, or there was only supposed to be like 1 or 2, and then they had to go through all these? Because I think that's what she was talking about with like trying to approach it one way and then realizing something wasn't going to work properly and having to go a different route.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay, I'll leave that with you, but she's just acknowledging or making reference to that. She's also showing me the number 4. Do you know if the 4th of a month or April is connected?
Birthday?
Okay, so she's just acknowledging that. She also keeps acknowledging the month of May as well. Do you also know if there's another date in May or the month of May as well? Okay, because she's acknowledging that as well. She also keeps acknowledging a picture or an image. Do you have a picture of an angel that's connected to your mom?
No. Do you?
Okay.
No,
I feel like I'm looking at, thank you. So what I'm reminded of is sometimes like when people go out and they're looking at clouds and they see like things in the clouds, it's almost just like reminiscent of like seeing something in the cloud. So there's either an image or a picture that might have an angelic vibe to it that's got to do with the sky or the clouds, or there's something about something in the sky or the clouds, and then she's relating it to herself in some way because there's a reference there. So I'll leave that with you because you might have to think about it. Thank you. She just made a symbol for baby also. She's making the gesture for baby. Whenever I see that, that usually means that there's a child that either was miscarried, lost, or terminated, or there's a child coming into the family. But I want to lean towards there's a baby there with her as well. Do y'all know of a child that was miscarried, lost, or terminated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because she's just acknowledging that. So there's a child that's with her also in spirit. Is there a Douglas or a Dougie or a Doogie name connection?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's bringing that up. Who was that to her?
Oh, it was actually not a person. It was a stuffed animal.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, that's okay. She's
Okay.
bringing up Doogie. So just FYI, so she's acknowledging that as well. She also keeps acknowledging, is there a picture of her with everybody in the family and it's almost like a whole big family picture?
Not
She
sure
might
about
even be sitting down because she couldn't stand.
that. I don't know. Okay. I don't know about
Okay.
that.
The way I'm reminded is like whenever someone takes a picture, and like there's generations of family in the picture, she's just acknowledging something like this, and then she's showing me herself. So there might be a link or a connection to that because she's making reference to that. She also keeps thinking, is there a Jonathan or a John connection to the family as well?
My family, yes.
Yeah.
My dad's, yeah.
Okay. So she's just acknowledging who might be with her or who might be also in spirit with her. Ooh, let's see. I'm still here. Okay. So she's just acknowledging the John name as well. So she might be acknowledging who's with her in spirit or who's also there as well. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Do you know she was having also difficulty because she's doing this with her hand and she's almost making it feel like I couldn't control some of the motor or there was some issue with the strain in my hand or in my wrist. Do you know there's some issues there with her for that as well?
My mom, she has, yeah, my mother had a stroke on one side, so she did.
Okay. Okay. So she's acknowledging that. Hold on. And is there a Mary Lou or Marianne or Marianne or Mary?
Yeah, that's my mom's name. Yep.
Okay, got it. She's just wanting to say hello. She wanted to jump in and say hello. She also keeps it proud, so she's acknowledging being proud or being prideful. She's making reference to that as well. She also says, there's nothing else that could have been done. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. So she doesn't want anyone to worry if anything else could have been done for her. She says, it's fine. I don't feel like there's anything else that could have been done. So she's making me feel that way. She's appreciative of the efforts that we're taking with her. She also keeps thinking, did she lose consciousness or was she not completely 100% there towards the end?
My mom, she had a stroke and she passed away at the night.
She what? In the night?
She had a stroke and passed away, yeah, when she fell asleep.
Oh, got it. Do you know before she passed away if someone had gone to see her and she wasn't 100% lucid or she wasn't conscious? Because she's acknowledging someone
that I'm
talking
aware
to
of,
her.
but that could be.
Okay. Because the way she's making me feel is almost like the feeling that I have is it's almost whenever someone comes and says, it's okay, you don't have to keep pushing or fighting. Like, if you want to go, you can go. Don't worry about it. She's acknowledging someone giving her permission or someone telling her it's okay to go. So even though she may have had a stroke and passed in the night, she was acknowledging someone may have actually talked to her or told her some things before she actually passed, because she's acknowledging that. She also talks about the split. Is there a little bit of a split in the family, or are some people not talking to other people in the family right now?
Yes.
Okay, she's aware of this. She also keeps acknowledging that it's not going to stay that way forever, but you may just have to be patient because sometimes people need to just like soften up and they may come around once they soften up a bit. So she's acknowledging that you may not have to do anything else. She also says there's a white dog with her in spirit as well, and it looks like a smaller dog. Do you know of a small white colored dog that's also in spirit?
That would be
Mickey.
Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
She's just letting us know who's with her. She's just letting us know who's with her. She has, if y'all ever have weird issues with Christmas lights, it's gonna sound weird. If y'all ever have issues with Christmas lights or had issues with the Christmas lights, they're taking credit for that.
This year. Yes.
Yeah, we had a whole bunch. Yeah, actually,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. They're just acknowledging that they know about the issues with the Christmas lights and one of them's taking credit for it. They're with you guys.
All right.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, guys. You're welcome.
All right,
Take
thank
care.
you. All right, you too.
All right,
Thank
you
you.
too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, going over, let's see. I'm gonna do one more video and then I'm going to do a few more texts before I get off here for the study group. Let's go here. Let's see. Hello. Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, Mom?
I'm
Good, and
good.
you?
How are you doing?
Good.
Awesome. What do you want to ask me about?
I was just seeing if you have any questions from any of my family members, like my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
See how my dad's gonna recover from the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about your dad for a second. I'll start there, and then I'll see if I can connect with one of them. With your dad, first of all, do you know if there are some issues with his blood pressure spiking and then his heart also giving him some problems?
Yes.
Okay. Do you also know if they're also having issues with his kidneys as well, or they're worried about his kidneys?
No.
Okay. Here's the thing. Even though I think that they might be able to get what he's dealing with primarily under control, there might be some secondary infections or secondary issues that show up in the kidneys or in the liver. If that starts to happen, that may create an additional set of issues for him. And then at that point, there may be limited options to what is possible for him to recover, but I still think he can recover. But that's going to be the issue that might come up after the primary issue is dealt with, because I'm made to feel that way. Was your dad a smoker, by the way?
No.
Okay. I feel like I'm seeing damage in his lungs, and the only time I see damage in someone's lungs is even when they were a smoker, they suffered from asthma, or there were some issues that happened and affected the lungs.
He did have a heart murmur, but I mean he didn't smoke.
Okay, there might be some damage in his lungs, or there may be some issues with his lungs. I feel like that, I'm not too worried about that, but I feel like that may be something that may also create challenges for him with being able to catch his breath and etc. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to have him be on oxygen for a while.
Well, yeah, right now they just had said he caught ammonia as well.
Oh, there we go. So if he has pneumonia, that's a lung infection. So that's probably why, because I'm seeing damage in the lungs, and I think that's going to be an issue that they're going to have to really, really keep an eye on. But I do think he can recover from that. I'm not too worried about the pneumonia part. So it's the secondary infection that I'm worried about with like the kidneys, etc. So that's what I'm more concerned. Okay. With your uncle, you said you want to connect with your uncle.
Yes.
First of all, was he a bit of a drinker or did he like to drink?
Yes.
Okay. Do you also know if people toasted him or they like drink the same thing that he liked to drink whenever they get
Yeah.
together? Got it. He also keeps. Do y'all have a Did someone make a picture of him and it's almost like with the clouds or sky?
Yes.
Okay, he's acknowledging that. He's also doing this. Did y'all also make shirts for him or did someone make shirts for him?
Yes, my wife did.
Perfect. He's also acknowledging the donations. Did people donate to him or donate to his expenses?
Yes, whatever we made on the shirts, we put for his.
Perfect. He's just acknowledging it. He's aware of that as well. He also keeps it. Thank you. Is there a Danny or Denny? It's almost like I want to say Danny.
Denise?
Who is Denise?
That's his wife.
Perfect. He's just probably acknowledging his wife or wanting to say hello to his wife. So there's a reference there. He also keeps. Is she wanting to move or is she thinking about actually moving?
Well, I mean, to what she told us, she didn't want to move.
So she might be moving because he's laughing about it and he's actually giving me a thumbs up. It might actually be a good decision for her because there might be other issues there as well. Is there a male around her? Do they have a son?
Yes.
Is he not the easiest person to get along with or has he been kind of making it a little harder for her?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's almost like she needs to do what she needs to do to make sure she's okay. So he's almost getting on his own son, but then he's also giving her permission that it's okay if you have to be tough with him because sometimes tough love is the way to go. So
Yeah,
there's a reference.
he always wanted that for her to give his son a little tough love sometimes.
Yeah. He's still coming through telling her he wants her to do some tough love. So he's acknowledging that as well. He also keeps acknowledging he's making fun of a ring and almost like someone making a joke that it's from like a pinball machine or Cracker Jack bottle. Do you know if they make fun of his ring or something about the ring being like a pinball or Cracker Jack ring?
I think it's the ring that you got, the gold one. The one that looks fake.
Not that I mean, I got a ring, but I mean, I don't.
Because
he's
making fun of a ring that looks obviously fake, but it may actually not be fake, but it almost looks like something you get out of like a pinball machine or a toy, or there's something about this that
Yeah, it's like the one that you got, but he didn't give it to you.
Yeah, it's probably the ring that I got from some random guy that was asking for some gas money. He's with his family, and I was like, hey, you know what? All right, I'll just give you the $20, and he gave me the ring either way.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So he might just be making fun of that or acknowledging that. He's also talking about another ring, but there's another ring that's like a silver color. And that might be a different ring that's connected to him. So you might need to ask his wife because he's acknowledging a silver band or a silver like thing that he's making reference to. He also bunch of pinche. Like he's like kind of going off. So he's kind of acting that way or coming across that way. Could he be foul mouthed or like just talk a lot of shit?
Yeah, he always was one of those ones to not stay quiet.
Yeah. You know, he reminds me of like those cholos from back in the day, those hood cholos from like, you know, that's
exactly what he was.
Yeah. Because like when I think of Cheech and Chong, that's who I think of in my head when I'm thinking of your uncle. That's how he's gonna be processing.
Exactly like that.
He's fine. He says that exactly. Someone might have a picture of him or something connected to him in their vehicle that may just be like a religious symbol. So do y'all have something that's religious in a vehicle that's connected to him?
Yes.
Got it. He's just acknowledging that. So there's a reference there as well. Also, Mateo or Matias or Mateo or Matias. Do you know there's a Matias or Mateo sounding name connection?
No.
Okay. There's like, it could be Marta, and I'm totally missing the name.
Oh, my grandma Marta, his mom, Marta.
Okay. Do you know if she's passed?
No.
Okay.
No.
FYI, she might be getting closer and closer, and so y'all may need to be aware that time may be coming sooner for her at some point in the near future because he's almost brought it up and he's acknowledging like her being there. So I would say that her time may be coming. So just FYI, the way he's making me feel is that it would be her time when it happens. So that y'all just need to have faith and just to like give her permission to go when it is her time to go. He also, thank you. He's also is she no longer walking anymore? Her fluid in her legs building up?
Yeah, she's been having a lot of problems with that.
Yeah, there might be some things going on there that are not fully understood, but he's letting y'all know that he knows what's up and that they're with her and to not worry about her, that they got her. Okay. Also, do y'all want to have another child? Because he's talking about a baby that's still left for y'all.
I mean, it's a up and down, situation right now.
FYI, he's letting you know that there's a baby there for you still. So y'all may be able to have another child.
Okay.
Okay? All right, my friend. Y'all take care of yourselves.
All right. You have a good one. Thank you,
You
my
too.
man.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, let me do a few more text versions, and then I'm going to jump off here to get started here. What's with the circle thing here? What's up with that? Like, what's up with that? Let's go over here. Violet. Let's see. Let me pen it. It'll come up. There it is. Violet. Hi, Ferny. I had an abortion back in November. How is he? So do you see me having a pregnancy again? Yeah. Honestly, here's the thing. There might have been some complications health-wise. So this might have actually been necessary because there might have been some issues there with the situation. I do think that you will have another baby, but it might take another 7.5, almost 8 months for that to happen. So keep an eye out for that, okay? Let's see, let me go over here because I know that there's a different way of doing this now that I haven't been utilizing. And since everything keeps moving up, I'm going to go this way. Danny, damn it. Danny, does my grandma have any messages for me? Yes, she keeps acknowledging. First of all, I keep seeing the Wizard of Oz. I don't know if your grandma was really into the Wizard of Oz or there's a connection to the lollipop kids or the little kids that are like, we represent, like I'm hearing that because that's what I'm seeing in my mind. She also keeps acknowledging the number 12. So either December or the 12th of a month might be connected. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. I'm reminded of when I used to be in karate when I was in high school, but she's showing me like nunchucks. I don't know if you're trying to learn how to play with nunchucks or if you used to play or have nunchucks, but she's showing me this, so I don't know what that means, but there's a reference to that as well. She also keeps acknowledging, she's acknowledging that you need to be careful when you're driving or when you're in a vehicle because you may not be paying attention or you may be making mistakes that you shouldn't be making. So she's almost getting on you about that as well. She also keeps acknowledging piece of art that might have been dedicated to her. So I don't know if you made a piece of art or you put something artistically together that may have something to do with her. What I'm reminded of, which is why I'm saying this, is because my sister's fiance, her mother, his mother's passed, and she used to be an artist, and she made a lot of like paintings and watercolors. So that's why I'm seeing that. So there's something that she's trying to make reference to, or she's trying to acknowledge with you as well. Okay, white birds and white feathers and white flowers are going to be a sign from her. So you might find white birds, white flowers, white, these feathers or white flower petals in weird places. That's a connection to her. That's a sign from her. So keep an eye out for that. Okay. Let me go over here because I haven't touched on my peeps over here in Facebook. Tomasa Trap on Facebook. Hi, Fernie. Any messages from Eric? And will I find love again? Yeah. So first of all, he keeps acknowledging. Thank you. He showed me the number 3. So either the 3rd of a month might be significant, or the month of March might be significant. He also keeps acknowledging. Thank you. He also keeps acknowledging. He's repeating his name. So there might be another Eric or Erica in the family, or he might be acknowledging the other Eric name because there's a reference there as well. He also keeps showing me himself. I feel like I'm in a vehicle or like trying to drive something really fast. So he's showing me something like that. Now I can interpret that in 2 ways. The first way I would interpret it is that maybe there was something to do with like a vehicular incident that might be connected to him. If that's not it, then he might be acknowledging an image of him like driving really fast or trying to go very fast in a vehicle, because I'm almost feeling like I want to go zoom because he's making me feel that way as well. He also, thank you, he has shown me beads. I don't know if you made beads and made a necklace that or a bracelet that may be connected to him, but I'm almost seeing beads being made and it being like a symbol or a gesture as well. Interestingly enough, I'm also seeing the rainbow color, so either rainbows might be a sign or the rainbow beads or rainbow colored, unicorn colored things might also be significant in that way as well. Okay, and what was the question? The other question was, oh, will I ever find love again? The answer to that is yes. I do expect and I do feel like you will find love again. It might take you a couple of years, so you may have to be patient. I also feel like that person's name starts with an O, and it may sound like Omar or Omar or Oscar. It starts with an O, so I feel like it's an O name that you might connect with him, with the person that you might connect with in the 2 years. Okay. More. Marie Robles, do you see my wife and I getting a home soon? It might take about 6 months. So give it about 6 months, and then I think you'll find something that works for you. You might actually end up in something temporarily before the 6 month time, but I feel like in 6 months you'll have like a home or something that's going to work really reasonably well. All right, that's it. All right, guys, I'm about to bounce off of here, and then I'm going to bounce back on so that we can do our study group time, okay? All right, guys, I love you all, and I will be back next Wednesday, same time, same place. Till then, bye.